Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm making a falafel and kale wrap. I'll be using some spelt flour. Spelt is a mild nutty flavour flour. It's a popular alternative to wheat. It also provides several essential nutrients such as iron, zinc and magnesium, so give it a try if you're not allergic to it. I'm going to be using 1 cup and a quarter cup of the flour. I'll also be using some sea salt, some olive oil, and I'll be using 1 tablespoon. I usually do have extra virgin olive oil, but I did run out of that this time, so I'm using what's in the video. I'll also be adding half a cup of warm water. Again, warm, not cold, not boiling hot. It needs to be warm. As you can see there, I'm just mixing it together. I do add the water in gradually. You don't want the mix to become too wet. I just continue to keep mixing with the spoon and adding the water in gradually. I added the water in around 3 or 4 times, but again at small amounts. I have fast forwarded the video for you guys as I don't think you want to watch me just mix flour, water, oil and salt for a good 5 minutes. Continue to knead it with my hands in the bowl, making sure that I get rid of all the flour around the edges. So next guys, I'm going to be cutting up my vegetables that I want to put in my wrap. So I love cabbage. I love the purple cabbage and white cabbage, so I'm using both of them. It adds a lovely crunch to the wrap. I also love to add onions. You can use red onion, some people call it purple onion or white onion, but today I'm using some white onion, as you can see there in the video. I'm also going to add some gherkin. So let me tell you a story. I used to hate gherkins when I was younger. You can never catch me eating a gherkin. When I used to get McDonald's cheeseburgers, they used to put gherkins in there, and I never understood why anyone would eat a gherkin. It was just nasty, salty. It had a really odd taste, especially in a cheeseburger, I found. But now I love gherkins, so I get my gherkins from Lidl. That jar I just showed you there only costs 77 pence. That's a bargain. You can also get the big jars from places like Costco. So I cut them long like that in the video. I also cut my onions long and my cabbage. After this, I'm going to add some kale. Please wash all your vegetables before you use them, guys. There could be insects in there. I love to add tomatoes to my wraps. I cut them quite chunky, as you can see. I also add some hummus to it. Once all my ingredients are prepped and put to the side, I begin to knead my dough. I just want to knead it for around 2 minutes, and after I've done that, I put it back into the bowl which I mixed it all together in, and I cover it with a tea towel for around 15 minutes. Once I've done that and it's been 15 minutes, I take it out. I flour my work surface. I don't want the dough to stick to it, so you flour it. And I also put a bit of flour onto my rolling pin. Again, I don't want it to stick onto the rolling pin. As you can see there, I just mix it all together in the flour. Then I'm going to get my knife and cut the dough into two, and then I will start to roll it out one at a time. When you're rolling the dough, you want it to be more on the thinner side, not on the thick side, because it will be too doughy and not really nice to eat. Once you're finished rolling out your dough, make sure that you have a hot frying pan ready. I'm using my Le Creuset frying pan. It is quite big, but I could have had a bigger one. As you can see, the sides of the flatbread are kind of curved up. I'd rather it be flat into the pan, but we make it work. I continue to use my hands to just rotate the flatbread around the frying pan. I turn it around, I lift it around. You want to make sure you get those nice brown marks onto each side of the flatbread. It gives it a nice flavour and it makes you know that the flatbread is cooking nicely. As you can see in my video there, around the edges it looks a bit transparent, you can say, and the middle area looks a bit more whiter. That means that the middle area is getting cooked faster and around the edges are taking a bit more longer to cook. I don't mind this. I like to have my dough not undercooked or raw, you can say, but I like to have that texture that you get from the outer area. But I also like the middle area to be much more cooked as well. It's up to you. If you want it to be more on the whiter side, you can cook it longer, or you can stop here like what I did, and I'm happy with that result. So once I'm done cooking, guys, I always clean my work surface. It's important. You don't want to get any bacteria or anything, nasty left behind. So I'm using my Method kitchen spray and I wipe my area down properly. Once that's all done and clean, I start to plate my falafel and kale wrap. I already have the falafel bread there. I add hummus onto it and I add some chili sauce. The chili sauce gives it a nice kick. I add my kale. I also add my cabbage that I cut up earlier, my tomatoes, my gherkin and my onion. I then add my falafel to the middle. I cut them in half, guys. I did not make my falafel. It is shop bought from Marks and Spencer's. They're really, really nice and they got a good amount of flavour in there. Once that's done, you can see that everything is all on the plate. It looks great. At this stage, guys, you can actually eat it like this. If you want, you can just get it and just kind of use your hand to fold it and bite. But I'm going to actually turn it into a wrap. So I get my sides, guys. I start with one side at a time and just fold them in. I'm going to use the smaller side first there and then the bigger side and wrap it over. And that's it. So easy. My wrap is a bit thick, the bread. Again, if I had a bigger frying pan, I could have had a thinner wrap and it would have folded much more easier. But it does work. It does hold, as you can see there. It's not opening up. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of me making my easy kale and falafel wrap. I did make 2 breads out of this. As I did say earlier, I cut it in 2. So here's my other one. What I'm going to do is put it in a Ziploc bag and you put it on some grease-proof paper. Once you put it into that Ziploc bag and you close it tight, you can put it in the freezer and guys, you can use it again. When you want to use it, defrost it in the fridge, and when you want to heat it up, guys, you can put it in the oven at a low temperature. I add a bit of water on the top, turn it around, add a bit of water on the other side, and that's it. Thank you for watching, and remember to like and subscribe. Bye.